Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Before I start, I'd like to mention that my Discord server just got a brand new revamp. You can check it out by clicking the link in the description. Anyway, let's get into the video. When you think of the word controversy, what definition comes to mind? You may think of contrasting opinions. Well, today I want to talk about some of Rec Room's most controversial updates. Rec Room has had countless updates that include improvements to the quality of the game, such as removing bugs and exploits, upgrading and adding new outfit items, releasing patches for individual Rec Room games, and more. The only problem is that Rec Room unintentionally breaks another game mechanic in some of those updates, or makes unnecessary and uncalled for changes to how some things work. We can see an example of these changes when looking at the brand new Watch Menu UI. UI, or user interface, includes on-screen controls and information panels such as buttons, score counters, notifications, vignettes, and much more. Around a year and a half ago, Rec Room introduced new revamped versions of some watch menu screens. Although they looked more modern and appealing, most players thought the change was taking away from Rec Room's usual aesthetic and appearance. While they are correct, I think that it is fair to start implementing better-looking graphics to the game, since they add much more sensational imagery. One of the most important parts of video games is making sure that everything looks as smooth and finished as possible, which is why Rec Room is still releasing updated versions of old watch menus even now. Another update that many users found irritating was the replacement of the Rec Center door inside your dorm room. Whenever you spawn into your dorm room and turn around, you'll find a door with a bright sign over it that says Roomiverse in bold black text. Before the update, the door would lead to a public instance of Rec Center. Having the door set as a Rec Center teleport made so much more sense because the hallway you spawned in right after clicking the door had a set of double doors leading back to your dorm room. It emphasized how much Rec Room is just one large college campus. The new Roomiverse door only serves the same purpose that your watch does. It's the same menu, but pinned to a door rather than on your wrist, making it unnecessary. On top of changing the Rec Center door to the Roomiverse door, Rec Room added a screen that covered the bulletin board in the back of the dorm room. This screen is another way to access the watch menu, as if we don't already have enough ways to do so in the same room. It causes immense lag on MetaQuest standalone headsets, and even some mobile devices, which also makes its addition an irritating update. It's set as a split test, and it was luckily removed from my main account except for when I play on PC, meaning I don't have to deal with it. But when it first released, the frame rate in my dorm room was nearly cut in half. The fourth controversial Rec Room update that I want to mention is the addition of full body avatars. I love full body avatars, but I'll talk about the main reasons that I, as well as many others, found them controversial. Full body avatars took away from Rec Room's original bean style. After all, beans are one of the most iconic parts of Rec Room. People think that full body avatars mean that Rec Room is trying to become like other popular VR titles like VR Chat, but I don't see how that's entirely accurate since Rec Room has more human bodies and other games have tons of other forms. Rec Room has been stepping a bit out of their comfort zone recently, but I think that's crucial for development and ensuring that the game performs well. The next topic I want to bring up is the recent hand offsets. These are partially due to changes in hand offsets for full body avatars, but I think they deserve their own separate category. The offsets changed about a month before the beta for full body avatars was released. Nearly every item had a new offset that made them hard to use as previously intended. Paintball pistols, bows, and other weapons shot in absurd ways. Sports-related items like frisbees were flinging in every direction but the intended one, and much more had gone berserk. Rec Room released an update shortly after with the ability to change the X, Y, and Z positions and pitch, roll, and yaw of your in-game hands. They announced that they couldn't revert the legacy offsets because switching to the previous version of Rec Room would force them to discard tons of crucial updates for full-body avatars. The offsets were changed a second time around a month and a half ago later, and a third time recently. Those changes were extremely difficult to adapt to, and the original suggestion of correcting the offsets to having a -3 pitch and a -7 yaw was invalid. Luckily, the newest offset change seems to be locked in and hopefully won't be changing for a fourth time. The final controversial Rec Room update that I think I should be addressing is the removal of Infinite Shot. Although it technically was a bug, Infinite Shot being left in the game for 7 years practically became a mechanic in quests like Golden Trophy and Crimson Cauldron. They were important skills that could help you transform from a newbie who's only won 3 games to a god-tier quester who's won over 100. I, as well as many others, wonder why Rec Room removed such a crucial mechanic despite it already being around for years. Marking it off as a bug isn't acceptable, and it shouldn't have been on their priority list. On top of Infinite Shot being removed, the bow became practically unusable, and games like Dodgeball were broken since item grab radiuses were greatly reduced. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and even consider leaving a comment with video suggestions below. Bye!